What's a food you went your whole life thinking it was nasty until you tried it? Ranch, mostly because when I was a kid, I was in a busload of 15-16 kids in a van. Said van had nitrogen monoxide air conditioning, and we were in a 4-hour road trip in the hottest month of the summer. 2 girls were in a seat in front of me fighting over a ranch packet which split, and all of its contents blasted all over my head and torso. Luckily, we only had to go another 3 hours before I was able to change. Hamburgers. When I was a young kid, the only hamburgers I had eaten were McDonald's hamburgers, which I always wanted plain, for some unknown reason. Driest, most flavorless thing ever. I couldn't understand why anyone liked hamburgers. Then at some point my mum made hamburgers at home, and I had one with everything on it, and it was really good. I understood hamburgers then. Whole vegetarian part of sushi, then actually tried it with fish, and well, pretty good though it usually from, I would say, fast food joint sushi place, so I would want to go to a proper sushi restaurant. I used to eat just dry sandwiches, till I mistakenly ate my co-worker's sandwich with mayo and mustard. Changed my life. Don't get me started on coleslaw. I was damn near 40 till I gave it a try, and now I love it. Still dislike chocolate of any kind though. Baja Blast ... I thought it was gonna be sour since I was a kid back then that hated sour stuff. Then when I actually tried Baja Blast the first time, it was actually pretty good. Can't say the same thing for its hard counterpart though. Tasted like medicine. Pineapple on pizza. I was once one of you, but I have seen the light. The trick is you have to have jalapenos on it too. You want that contrasting heat and sweet. I don't do the traditional Hawaiian thing. Pepperoni, pineapple and japs is where it's at. I thought roasted potatoes must be horrible until I was in middle school. I ate over a friend's house and knew that, as a guest, it was impolite to decline any of the dishes. So I took a few red potatoes, and so the love affair with potatoes began. Haggis. The thought of how it's made disgusted me. Then was at a fancy function, and had some tasty pate on mini pikelet hors d'oeuvres. Grabbed a black shirt waiter to ask what that was, and he informed me that is haggis, sir. Meatloaf, we had it as a kid and it made me gag. My wife then made it and I thought this is fantastic. Years later my mother made it for us again. I gagged, sorry mom. Ginger that they serve with sushi. I would always look at it like, ew, that's disgusting, you would eat that. Tried it recently. Wow. That combination is really something. Scalloped potatoes. I had been made to eat the instant box kind as a kid, and the texture and taste made me gag. Turns out that I love homemade scalloped potatoes. I always thought Brussels sprouts were nasty, until I tried them roasted with a drizzle of balsamic vinegar, and a sprinkle of parmesan totally changed my mind. Sauerkraut and cabbage. Then I ate at a German restaurant and the sauerkraut was good. And they had something called roquefort pickled cabbage that is really good. Sushi, until I actually had it 10 years ago. It's so legit, not an acquired taste at all. Hits like a good steak, or lasagna or something, easy to enjoy. Green eggs ham. Luckily, thanks to one almost unbearably persistent little fellow, I eventually tried it and found that I do like green eggs ham. Spinach. Grew up only the canned stuff and just gagged thinking about it. But then as an adult had some in a salad and now I have it almost every day. Broccoli. I always preferred cauliflower over broccoli until yesterday. They actually taste so good, little cute shrubs of goodness. Olives. Green. Black are still nasty. But the only way I enjoy them is to get one of the expensive jars of garlic stuffed olives. Capers. I don't like green olives and for some reason I assumed they tasted like green olives since someone told me that once. I remember until I was like 9, that I thought olives tasted bad because of their smell. Then I had it was awesome. Avocados. Until I worked at a Tex-Mex restaurant and they made me try guacamole. So much lost time. Coconut beetle larvae in sweet fish sauce. Still better than butter fried tarantula in Cambodia. Tongue. My son convinced me to try thinly sliced tongue at a Korean BBQ, and it was pretty good. Green beans. Turns out fresh ones are a completely different taste from the canned ones. Sushi. So freaking good, can't believe I lived half my life without eating it. Sad. Kale, absolutely wouldn't eat it as a kid, but I enjoy kale salad and kale chips. Teriyaki anything. I've always had it mixed up with tandoori, which I hate. Salsa, I thought I hated it until I was about 18. I fucking love salsa. Dates. 30 years thinking they'd be nasty. I eat them regularly now. Olives, and it turned out I was right. I still think they are nasty. Spam, I love it. I always thought it looked nasty. Then I grew up. Sushi. No way I'm eating raw fish, I thought, for like 20 years. Pork blood, my favorite ever since my mom made it. Okra. If cooked properly, it's really quite delightful.